welcome along and welcome back to Spruce Mountain Farms. Today we are going to be sorting out the two grass fields. We need to get both fields rowed, baled. We need to get the hay cleared off them as well. And then once we've done that, we need to get them rolled and fertilized, hopefully, as well. So lots to do today. And as a result, what I'm going to do, as we have a little bit of cash, is actually do some follow me in order to get the bales done. We'll grab the class for this, as the John Deere still has the sprayer on the back. We're going to be doing some spraying with that later. On the grass fields themselves. So I've been checking out the levels of our spray on all of our fields, and it looks like the cotton and the the two cotton fields are actually absolutely fine. We already know the corn is fine because we tried that last time, but if I pop over here and have a look at the nitrogen level on this field here, it's absolutely perfect, even though it seems a little bit low. I mean, even if I go a little bit further into the field, the nitrogen level should drop a bit, but we're still on a perfect nitrogen level for this field. So all looking good. We should be fine for our two fields. We're getting very close to harvesting the maize as well. First, though, we need to sort this grass out. So let's follow that, like so. We are going to have to start up this and drop it down. So I'm going to have to redo the follow me in a moment. But what we should be able to do is come over here. We will clear off the current track we have on courseplay. Unfold this in such a way that we can get onto the field fairly easily. Yeah, there we are. And then we'll take off follow me on this. Start up the baler. So start you up, drop you down, and then immediately you're going to be following in behind this tractor here. And we should get everything rowed up right from the very edge of the field, which is exactly what we're after. Doing fairly well on the first field, finding that this has a little bit of an odd follow on the windrower. It's ending up with the starts of the rows being missed by the baler, but we can go round and clean that up very quickly once we've got the rest of the field done and before we move on to the next one. So I will take the baler over just to finish off the last parts of this field. In general, though, it's gone fairly smoothly. I think I would have liked it to have gone a bit smoother than it has, but in general, we've been pretty good. And as a result, we are through to the end of this field without too much trouble. And I'm going to get it started on the next one immediately. But first, what I'm going to do is just keep an eye out for that baler. In fact, yeah, let's keep going while that baler's doing that. And what we can then do is come back and clean up that first field once the baler starts moving on to this one. So baler is coming to the end of the field. It's 99% full. So if we come back over onto here, we can just finish this off. And yeah, it is still baling. So just top that off. And that should give us... Oh no, it has lifted up. Let's drop that down. Yeah, there we go. And get that last little bit in. We got the automatic unload on. And then just, yeah, a few little patches to clean up around this field. And then we can get it back to following the windrower, which is now onto the other field. Last couple of little bits on this field to clean up. So we'll pop round there, grab that, grab those. And then there's just that pile there. And we can then move on to the next field. And we'll bale manually around till we get behind our windrower. And then we'll be able to get it following again. And yeah, we'll just have a little bit of cleanup to do. I'm going to do 2 headlands, I think, on here. See if we can get our turning circles a little bit better so that we have to do less cleanup on this field and see how well that works. Baler is still missing bits at the end, and we're going to have to go back and rework it a bit, I think. But in general, it's been fairly good. It's getting most of it. I think if we'd set this to go on a hired worker, maybe with courseplay, and done the baling ourselves, we'd have probably caught more. I'd have had to been a little bit more careful though, where the bales drop out when I'm doing this, when I'm rowing up and the bale is just following behind. The bales tend not to get in the way. If I'm baling and I drop the bales in the wrong place, we'll end up with a tractor crashing into them. So yeah, it's just making sure that we don't have an issue with that. Baler's doing fairly well though, and should have that bit done in a minute. I'm just going to crack on with the rest of this field down here, and then we're going to get these collected up. Yep, lots of front loader work with this tractor afterwards, because we're going to need it to get these bales cleared off this field. I'm really hoping that baler isn't going to drop a bale in front of any of these rows I'm doing at the moment. That could be a big problem if it does. We'll keep an eye on it. But on this part of the field, I'm trying to lift this up, turn it, and get nice and straight before I go back in. And seems to be okay. You can see how wide the tractor is turning in those corners. It's just unable to make it round with that baler. And round with that baler being a round baler. And as a result, it's just missing large swaths. That bit there, though, that is going to be a problem. We've got a bale right in front of one of the strips that I'm going to have to go back and get done. Last bit of hay to do, and it looks like our tractor has finally got far enough behind that it is unable to follow anymore. That's all right. What we'll do is stop this here, fold this up, and turn it off. And we'll get the last of this baled ourselves. Not a huge amount, just a few rows worth of hay. And then we'll be able to go and get this all collected up and loaded up, because apart from probably about 5-6 bales, all of this is going to be sold. So gonna try and nip in here and grab this. Oh, my baler does stick out a little bit, but we're all right. Yeah, that's got it. And clean this corner up. We've got this corner to clean up, and then we got a couple of corners up the far ends to do at the moment as well. I don't think they're going to produce another bale, but we'll give it a go. And then if we can clear this off and get these bales sold the rest of today, we might even be able to get the roller on it. In fact, what we'll probably do is get the smaller field emptied first, and then while we're emptying this one and loading this one up, we'll get the roller running on the other field. Everything baled up, and we got one more bale off there, plus another 2,030 litres. We've got space for 3 bales on there. So what I'm going to do is just put this back in the shed, and then we'll bring the 6M back, the little 6M back, and we will start loading up bales on the flatbed with that. And I think we should be able to do everything with that, and the flatbed should be fine. The other one I want to do is hook this up to the rollers, ready for when we're ready to set course play, rolling those fields and getting that moving So things should be all sorted for today. I'm quietly optimistic that we're doing well. So we'll drop the windrower here off as well. And then go into the shed. We've got our manure fork, which we've been using to move all our bales in there. We've also got the rear weight for this so that everything's balanced. Where is our flatbed trailer? Is that... I'm not quite sure where the flatbed trailer is. I hope I've still got the flatbed trailer, because that would be a problem if we don't. But we've been using that to transport seat and things, so we should have it kicking around the farmyard somewhere. Oh no, in fact, I know exactly where the flatbed trailer is. It's sitting in the shed here with a whole load of the fabric on it. So we're going to have to unload the fabric as well in order to actually use that. So let's get that done first, and then once I've got that cleared off, I can go and start collecting up some bales. Careful unloading of 4 pallets of these at a time. Yeah, good chance to straighten them out quite nicely as well. And then we can go and sell these a little later on. I can't remember when I said fabric hits its best price. But when it does, we will want to load these up and get them sold. Probably put them on the back of the pickup, actually. And take them. Maybe in a couple of loads. We only really got them on here in the first place because the we needed the forklifts to do it, and we don't have a set of forklifts down there. If one was to come up cheap, I'd be very tempted to get it down there and use that to load stuff up. We can straighten that up. Nope, that's not having any of it. So in and down and push. Yeah, there we go. Nice little couple of stacks. Ah, yeah, this barn does have an issue. Look at that. My forks went through the floor. That's just a little bit odd. Right, let's drop off the pallet forks then, grab our manure fork, and we can go and start collecting up bales. To give myself easy access to this trailer from both fields, we're just going to park it up along the road here. That also gives me an easy exit later on. So drop that off there. And then, as I said, we've got 3 bales we can take back to the farm and get loaded up. So we'll get 3 of these in. I'm going to keep a 4th bale. That way we can immediately give it to cow feed and just top everything up so the cows continue going. And that will then mean we don't destroy our nice, neat, full pile in here immediately. So that there. Oh, it is August, and oh yeah, I was hoping to do some straw contracts. I think what my plan probably is now is that we will buy some straw bales. We're selling off all of this hay, and that gives us an opportunity to actually just go and buy straw bales to replace them with and fill up that other shed. So what would be good would be to work out how much I need. However, we do need to be careful because we've got to hire both a forage harvester and a cotton harvester in the near future. We only have 35,000 to do that with. I don't think that's going to be enough to do both of them. I think we need closer to 50,000-60,000. So we're going to have to try and raise some money somewhere. Let's just check that quickly. Hiring a cotton harvester is going to cost us 24,000. Hiring a forage harvester, we wanted the bigger 9,000 series. Well, actually, 8,000 series is slightly cheaper, but we do need to put a pretty big horse-powered bit on it. So that is going to cost us, yeah, about 20,000 plus the header. So, yeah, we're looking at about 50,000, 55,000 in order to actually be able to afford our harvesters this year. That's quite a lot of money that we need to find. We do have the fabric. If we get desperate, we can immediately go and sell the fabric and make some money that way, and do that to cover our costs. But I kind of don't want to. I want to make the most money from the fabric. So yeah, it's going to be a case of seeing what we can eke out, seeing how we can make our money. But we've loaded up the 3 bales that we are going to keep here. So let's go and load up the rest of them ready to sell. Last of the bales off the first field, off field 7. We should be able to now get the roller going on here. So let's load this up onto the trailer, and then we can get this tractor off the field and go and set that up. So onto there, straighten that first bale. Oh, on that side up a little bit, I was hoping. But it looks like it's actually pushed it round. So since we've got to get this tractor off this field, let's spin around to here and just do that and get this straightened up a little bit. I'm actually going to use the top of my spike to do this. That way it'll just straighten up a little bit. And there we go. Just strap that down now and go get the roller. So we should be able to set this going fairly easily and get this field done. So bring it into this corner, set a course. So we're on field 7. It's selected the new area of the field that we've got. 1 headland should do it. Center sharp. Yep, I'm fairly happy with that. Not overly straight, that is the only thing, but I think that will do. So out of here and bring this round. We'll unfold this while we're at it, if it will. Yeah, there we go. Slightly worried I hadn't hooked everything up, but seems to be all right. We're getting quite a lot of use out of our class today. It's got a lot less hours on it than the John Deere, so I'm quite happy to get more use out of it. Now, the only thing I do want to check is in the course play settings, we want to do raise tools late, lower tools early. Perfect. So that now will get going and we'll roll this field. The roller is making really good progress across that field. It's doing alternate strips at the moment, and I think that's because whatever we had the class doing last time, it was doing alternate strips on. So that is all fine. We should have these loaded onto here fairly well. I'm gonna move this trailer now, partly because I think it's going to be in the way in the roller in a minute, and partly because the bales are now all down the other end of the field. So we'll load this up, get this attached, and that way we should keep out of the way of the class doing that job. So bring this back to here. Oh, we're not quite in the right place. We do have to line up fairly well. Well, you wouldn't be able to lift it too much. There we go. And now we can head down to the other end of the field. And I think the rest of these bales are all going to fit on this trailer. I'm only going to do a single row on the top. But I think that should still fit everything. And anything that doesn't fit will go to feed our cows. Final bale to go on the trailer. And they are all fitting on here really quite nicely. Just want to get this into the middle. And that should finish this off. A little bit further in. Is that in the middle? Almost. That's a bit too far. Drop there. There we go. So nicely all stacked. Very stable on there. Even if not strapped the best. But yeah, that's all the bales. And it looks like the roller's coming to the end of that field. So not a moment too soon. We've got these bales off here. We can take these down. And we did have a great demand earlier at the animal dealer. I'm wondering if that was for hay. Animal dealer is at 95, but Johnson's farmers market is at 96. So I think that is going to be the best place for us to sell the hay. And yeah, we're not at the best price at the moment at all. Tag it. Johnson's farmers market is over there, so we'll hook the trailer up and we'll go and get these sold. And as soon as our roller finishes in a moment, we will send that on to this field to get that done today as well. I have noticed our 6M is beginning to smoke a little bit. I think that we could probably do with giving it some repairs when we get back to the farm. In fact, yes, it's dipped below 50% on its repair level, so definitely need to get this into the workshop. However, very aware of the money that we need at the moment and how much we need to keep in reserve to make it through the harvest. Let's bring this in here though, and which of these is it going to be? I think it's probably going to be this one here. To sell these, let's pull that there, undo all the straps. No? Okay. Or are we actually going to have to empty these off? That would be that would be a bit painful. Let's do a quick test here. We'll drop that there, and nope, disconnect that, and we'll grab a couple of these off the top. See if that what it's going to take. If it is, that is going to be a pain. That's going to be a real pain because we're going to have to then go through and unload all of these. When it's getting fairly late in the day, we still have one more job to do. I want to get silage into the BGA today as well. And yeah, I need to leave enough time in my day to do that as well. Let's try this. And yeah, that's exactly what I got to do. We've got to unload all of these bales. That's ever so slightly annoying. Getting just under £1,000 per bale with the environmental score. I think it's about 1,800 per pair. What is it? 1,851 per pair. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's giving us, actually, it'll give us 50,000. By the time we hit this 2 bales, these last 2 bales, we will be over 50,000, which is fantastic. That, yep, 50,490. That gets us so very close to being able to afford both of our harvesters. In fact, that might give us enough to get both of our harvesters, which is absolutely awesome. We just need to keep our BGA sourced with our current lot of silage, and that way the money will stay there, things will keep going up, and we should be able to afford to actually harvest our crops this year. Our class has finished as well, so what we'll do is we'll just clear the course off of that and set that up on the second field so that this gets the rolling done today as well. We're not unfortunately going to be able to get any fertilizer on here. We should be able to sort that though. We'll throw the spray around these 2 fields when we get a moment in the next couple of days. Although if we're starting on the maize harvest next time, we are not going to have a time to get any fertilizer on here. Generate another course. That will do nicely. Let's get this started, and then we can get our other tractor back to the farm and get the silage topped up. So let's get this long trailer dropped off. We can drop this off along the roadside here without too much hassle. Grass field is looking very nice. We just need to throw some weeder or some herbicide or some weeding over it, and also throw some fertilizer. That will help with the environmental score. Doesn't do much else. And all we need to do now with this tractor is just load up a couple of buckets worth of the silage into the BGA, and that will then keep that turning over and earning money. We've already added another 500,000. We've already added another 500 since the since our return to the farm. So bucket on, scoop it up, and let's go top up the BGA. Don't know how full this is at the moment. It's fairly full in the hopper, and we get through about 3,000 per day, I think. How much we had? We're at 74,000. Wow, we can put 25,000 liters of silage into this. So that is going to be a few trips. I've neglected it all day, so that's why it's a hungry BGA. 20 to 8 in the evening, and we've almost refilled the BGA. Just got one more bucket load to do. We've still got a fair amount of silage here. How much we got? We got 125,000 liters left. So there's over a full BGA's worth. So we're not going to be refilling that unless we go and move this silage. Somebody did suggest that we put the silage, the silage clamp closer to the BGA. And we do have that bit of grassland at the far end of the BGA that might be a good place to do it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think we should maybe put a silage clamp closer to the BGA than we currently have? Do you think that that would be of benefit, or do you think that's probably not a good use of our money? However, we have filled the BGA for this evening, so I'm going to go and put this tractor away. Our other tractor is still hard at work rolling. We'll let that just finish off tonight, and then that is that job done as well. For now, though, I think we're going to finish this here. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.